I love all three of my grandchildren. One of them, Ayana, is in college. She's an adult. Um, she has learned how to function in the adult world. However, I have two young grandchildren, one 4 and the other 2, and they're beginning the process of trying to understand the world in which they came into. In the past half dozen years, I've danced with death several times. And that gives you I mean, it's you know, falling off a ladder and cracking your head open is not a pleasant way of learning something. But the benefit of dancing with death a couple of times is that you understand the brevity of life and therefore you seize the opportunity. Um, when Jack and Owen visit us in Crown Point, I'll take Jack out and take Jack and Owen separately, but Jack really enjoys going out into the lake on a kayak, and we ram into the buoys on the lake. He thinks that's exciting, and then we go under a little tunnel and we shout, and you can hear the echo. That's the normal routine. We went out a couple weeks ago and paddled around, and I said, "Where do you want to go? Let's go over under the tunnel or into the tunnel." And he said, "No." And I said, "Well, what would you like to do?" And he happened to notice a couple houses down from us, 3 little girls who were probably 6 to 12 years old on a raft that was like a trampoline. So these kids were jumping on the trampoline and jumping into the water. And all that he wanted to do was to go out, 20 or 30 feet from them and watch them. After we did that for a couple minutes, we came back to the dock, and our subdivision was having a garage sale. So we went out looking for prizes, great gifts. And fortunately, people down the street from us had 2 electric cars that their kids had grown out of, and they wanted to sell them to somebody that could appreciate them. So we bought 2 of them, one for Indianapolis and one for Crown Point. And what's interesting about children, especially younger children, is the process in which they go about working on their imagination. Jack and Owen both know that I'm going to Myanmar, and I've told them all about Yangon and Mandalay and Inle Lake, and they know more about Myanmar than any 4 or 2-year-old in the country. And so whenever Jack is in his electric car, he's always saying, where am I going now? And we tell him, and he'd go off. And what I really enjoy watching or listening to is his imagination. He was out running his electric car one day, and I said, "Where are you going to go?" And he says, "I'm going to go to Mandalay, drive to Mandalay." One of my mentors, who I never met but had written to and he had written back to me, was Carl Sagan. And Sagan, who was this astrophysicist, said that imagination will carry us to the worlds that never were. But without it, we go nowhere. And I think it's critical, not just with young kids, toddlers, or college kids, but all adults. They need to use their imagination. They need to expand their horizon and think about the possibilities of this or the possibilities of that. And therein lies life. Where Sagan says, you go nowhere. I hope you enjoy this article. Take care.